Korean fair provides plans from home. Medical volunteers help uninsured Koreans. New eco-friendly industry turns waste into compost. Korean artist paints for the disadvantaged. Korean human rights manager at a U.S. presidential center. Hello, welcome to Going Global. I'm your host, Jung Se-mi. We start the show with a true story that seems to have popped out of books or movies. Recently, a bottled letter thrown from a ship crossed seas and time to return to the person who wrote the letter. U.S. Navy Petty Officer Rob Herbst wrote the letter in 1983 while he was serving aboard the USS Coral Sea aircraft carrier. The letter was very brief, mentioning his location at the time, a short message, and his name and address. The letter was found by a couple who was living in Florida at the time, and they held on to it for 34 years before they contacted Herbst via social media. They returned the letter to Herbst, who plans to donate it to a museum. The letter did not contain any extraordinarily special message, but it completed a very special voyage made possible by people who treasured the small, unexpected find and turned it into a magical story. So be on the lookout for the small wonders in life, and maybe those special events might happen to you today. On that note, let's turn to our first story today. Koreans living abroad often face difficulties finding ingredients, especially vegetables that are widely enjoyed in Korea. Recently, in New Zealand, there was a Korean fair that gave out seeds and seedlings not easily found in New Zealand. Let's take a closer look.
A variety of seedlings are on display. They are all vegetables that are widely enjoyed by Koreans but are not easily found in New Zealand. Most of them were grown by Koreans living in New Zealand.
슈퍼에 가서는 그렇게 원하시는 걸 마음대로 구입하실 수 없고, 그리고 직접 키움으로 인해서 일단은 키우는 재미도 있고, 그리고 또 유기농으로 자신들이 이제 안심하고 키울 수 있으니까 또 좋고. 그리고
Through trial and error, they've learned to grow Korean plants in New Zealand. They also share homemade food and reaffirm their sense of community.
회원들을 만나면 모종 나누기, 씨앗 나누기도 좋지만 봄 소풍 가는 기분으로 가요. 이제 즐겁게 서로 농사 지은 거 가지고 나무를 해오기도 하고, 또 이제 서로 또 농사에 관한 정보도 나누고, 그게 좋은 것 같아요.
내가 뉴질랜드 산맥에서 한국 사람이 아닐 수는 없는 거이듯이 여기 모이는 게 다 그런 어떤 동포 가족 이런 그런 모임이고.
The seedlings will grow into healthy, nutritious vegetables in individual gardens. They also help Koreans deal with homesickness.
이제 우리가 어릴 때 먹던 그런 뭐 배추, 무, 특히 또 갓 같은 건 사실 갓김치 같은 건 맛있잖아요. 근데 그런 걸 못 잊어서 이렇게 텃밭을 일구는 것 같아요.
This small-scale event is helping Koreans stay connected to their roots.
고맙습니다.
Moving on to our next story. Some Koreans living in the United States cannot afford to have health insurance plans. They say that not falling sick is the best solution. A group of volunteers has appeared to provide free health checkups to uninsured Koreans. Let's find out more.
Here in the United States, Korean expat Kim Yong-lan is receiving a health checkup. A simple blood test can detect major diseases like diabetes and cancer in their early stages. It's an expensive checkup, but any Korean can receive one for free.
그 보험 들기가 보통 어려운 거 아니잖아요. 아시잖아요. 그런데 뭐 아파도 적당하게 그냥 뭐 그 해열제나 기침약, 뭐 물약 이 정도로만 해결하고 말고 이러지 병원 못 가보는데.
Many Koreans in the United States cannot afford health insurance, which costs about $1,000 a month. When they fall sick, they refrain from going to hospitals and their conditions get worse. A group of medical volunteers called Eudaimonia Medical Services has been providing free checkups and sharing their medical knowledge with uninsured Koreans for the past 5 years.
그냥 와서 무심코 검사를 받았는데 초기에 진단되는 분들이 계세요. 그러면 그분들이 더 악화되기 전에 이제 치료를 시작할 수 있고 또 어떤 분들은 예방이 또 가능해져요.
All this is possible thanks to the volunteer medical staff and sponsors who take time out of their busy schedules to help out.
제가 공부를 더 열심히 해서 더 많은 분들을 도와드리면 좋겠다 그런 자긍심도 생기고.
저희 한인들이 일하는 데만 힘쓰지 마시고 건강관리 하시면서 남을 서로 도와줄 수 있는 그런 건강한 육체가 되면 좋을 것 같아요.
Living abroad, Korean immigrants draw strength from one another. These free checkup programs are being expanded to other parts of the U.S., including Los Angeles and Colorado.
Our next story takes us to Kenya. Some people in Kenya defecate into plastic bags because they do not have access to toilets. In order to tackle this issue, there are now public toilets in poorer parts of the country that collect waste and turn it into organic compost. Let's take a closer look.
A poverty-stricken part of Kenya. Amid the small houses stands a blue public restroom. When the facility is empty, someone expertly collects the waste.
We are adding value to our what is the so-called waste. Yeah. So we are adding value to the waste from the toilets. So that's the difference.
Kenya-based Synergy has installed almost 800 public toilets since its establishment in 2011. It gathers some 10 tons of waste every day and sends it to factories. The waste is mixed with additional materials like macadamia nuts and corn cobs. The mixture is left aside for 6 months under specific humidity and temperature levels. Once microorganisms eliminate germs, the end result is cheap, organic fertilizer. After 6 months, the compost is finally ready.
Which is not a pollutant to the soil, it is not a pollutant to the water, doesn't have any pathogens.
There would be both good markets and a good opportunity to solve a problem for both sets of our customers, the sort of sanitation users and the farmers and people in the agriculture sector who can use more valuable nutrients to feed their plants, to feed their animals.
Many Kenyans do not have access to toilets and must rely on unsanitary means. Every year, about 4 million tons of excrement from the slums enters the ground or rivers. By processing this waste, Synergy is also improving the sanitation of impoverished regions.
In other ways, toilets that can connect to reuse processes really have to be the future, both to make a better world.
It's time for our fourth story. North Korea's human rights violations and sexual slavery forced by the Japanese army are clear facts that are sometimes refuted and even forgotten. There is a Korean artist living abroad who is working hard to generate awareness of these issues. Let's find out more.
The majority of these paintings feature soldiers. Girls are being forced to join the army. Korean artist Kim Myung-hee is raising awareness of North Korea's human rights issues.
인구의 60% 이상이 죽으로 연명하면서 그 살인적인 노예 노동에 착취 당하고 있는 북한 주민들과 또 인신매매로 팔려가는 탈북 여성들이 낳은 아이들의 그 불확실한 그 미래와 그 잊어버린 정체성에 대해서 무언가 해야 되겠다는 생각으로.
In some of the pieces, the subjects don't have mouths. This is a symbol of how North Koreans are forced to keep silent.
뭐 이모셔널한 얼굴 표정 같은 거로 이렇게 작품을 하셔서 정말 뭔가 감정적으로 다가갈 수 있는 기회를 주시지 않았나 싶어요.
The image of innocent girls amplifies the tragedy.
Really pain if you see the girl have to become a soldier, right, in your country, or even like the boy, yeah. Like it's innocent. That picture is quite innocent, but can see the sad on her eyes.
Kim has already received media attention for portraying former sex slaves of Imperial Japan. Despite living abroad, Kim has always focused on the socially disadvantaged in Korea.
그 어떤 생명도 그 힘없는 나라와 가난한 아버지를 선택한 생명은 없습니다. 그 위안부로 끌려갔던 소녀들 역시 또 북한에 태어나는 사람들도 그렇고, 그래서 태어난 거에 대한 어떤 그 시작부터가 불평등한 속에서 시작을 하기 때문에 그 속수무책으로 그런 그 어려움들을 당하고 있는 그러니까 무기력하게 방치된 사람들에 대한 관심이 더 많이 있습니다.
Kim plans to raise funds for statues symbolizing women who were forced into sexual slavery by the Japanese army.
It's time for our last story today. U.S. presidents, upon retirement, established a center named after themselves to continue working on major issues that they tackled in office. At the George W. Bush Presidential Center, one Korean is working on issues related to human rights. Let's take a closer look.
This is a forum about North Korea hosted by the George W. Bush Presidential Center. Victims of North Korea's serious human rights violations share their stories.
To my father, my grandmother, 2 younger brothers, and my oldest sister in North Korea during the famine. And my mother also here today in the audience, but she also had a lot of torture and hardship in North Korea.
Thank you all. Former U.S. President George W. Bush applauds the courage of the defectors.
Thank you all for coming. There are other North Korean refugees here. We thank you for coming. We appreciate your courage. And we look forward to your input about how best the Bush Institute and those who are with us can help you.
One woman stands out among the audience. She is Pyun Jae-eun, the manager for Human Freedom Initiative at the George W. Bush Institute.
탈북자들이 무엇이 가장 필요한지, 탈북자들이 어떻게 미국에 정착하여서 살고 있는지, 그리고 그 탈북자들에게 필요한 것이 무엇인지에 대해서 꾸준히 연구 활동을 해왔습니다.
Former President Bush established the George W. Bush Institute after stepping down from office, and its aim is to spread the value of democracy. For the past year, Pyun has been helping North Korean defectors settle in the United States and tackling North Korea's human rights issues. She is the sole Asian among the staff, half of which is made up of Bush's aides.
I think it's an amazing contribution to have a young leader, a young woman leader from the Republic of Korea as a great example of not only an individual who's a great leader, but a country that has become a thriving, vibrant, prosperous democracy.
Pyun is also interested in countries where democracy has not fully taken root. Last year, she met the young human rights activists in Myanmar and conducted educational sessions focused on democracy. Pyun first came to the United States as a junior in university in order to study English, determined never to return if she couldn't succeed. she spent many sleepless nights to achieve her goal. Her passion for human rights issues propelled her from a university political institute to her current place today. Given her position in mainstream American society, Pyun is a role model for many Korean students studying in the United States.
꿈을 크게 가지시기 바랍니다. 현실과 타협하지 말고 세상이 자신을 정의하게 두지 말고 좀 더 넓은 세상을 가슴에 품고 주변을 이롭게 하는 일에 끊임없이 도전하시기 바랍니다.
I hope you enjoyed today's stories on Going Global. Recently in Paris, driverless buses made their way around the streets. The buses are powered by electricity and use cameras and lasers to detect any obstacles around them. These unmanned vehicles are being presented as a potential solution to the city's air pollution issues. And probably in the not too distant future, these vehicles will become a common sight on our roads. Now, Going Global will be back next week with more exciting and interesting stories from all around the world. Thank you for watching.